And now let us see the future tense. Future simple we have finished it, but future we need to go to the future continuous. Future continuous already, that is be is used there, and in future continuous we are not using the passive form of it, already it is used there. So now we'll move to the future perfect. Future perfect tense, how the active voice changes to passive voice. The structure of it already you know, that subject plus shall or will plus have plus v3 plus object. What are the subject? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. So I shall have drawn a picture. I is the subject, shall is auxiliary verb, have is added, then drawn is the V3 form, a picture is the object. Now when it changes to the passive form, the first rule is that a picture, that is object, changes to subject. What is the object here? A picture. A picture changes to subject. A picture. Will is the auxiliary verb, have is added, been is added, drawn is the V3 form, and by is the common word, me is it, that the pronoun I changes to me. A picture will have been drawn by me. Now next, plural form we. We will have drawn a picture. We is the subject, will is auxiliary verb, have is the auxiliary verb, drawn is the V3 form, a picture is the object. Now we will have drawn a picture. Now when it is changing to passive form, the object is changing to subject. What is the object here? A picture. A picture will. Will is auxiliary verb, have is auxiliary verb, been is also auxiliary verb, been added here. Drawn is the V3 form, past participle form of the verb draw, drew, drawn. By is the common word, we changes to us. We is the pronoun which is changing to us. Now we'll move to the second person, that is singular or plural, same. You. You is the subject, will is auxiliary verb, have is the auxiliary verb, drawn is the V3 form, past participle form, a picture is the object. So you will have drawn a picture. What is it? You will have drawn a picture. Now it is changing to passive form. Object changes to subject. Object is a picture which is changing to subject. A picture. Will is the auxiliary verb. Have is the auxiliary verb. Been is added here. Drawn, V3 form, past participle form of the verb is used here. By is the common word. You is the subject, that is pronoun, is used here. A picture will have been drawn by you. He, she, it, they, that is a he, she, it, that is third person singular, and plural we are going to see now. He is the subject, will is the auxiliary verb, have is the verb, auxiliary verb, drawn is the V3 form, that is the past participle form of the verb, a picture is the object. He will have drawn a picture. So how this sentence changes to passive form? In the passive voice, what is the rule? That is a subject changes to object, object changes to subject. What is the object here? A picture. A picture is changing to subject. A picture. Will is the auxiliary verb, has the auxiliary verb, added is been, and drawn. Drawn, what is it? Drawn? V3 form verb, past participle form of the verb. By is the common word. He changes to him. Okay, the pronoun he changes to him. A picture will have been drawn by him. Now let us see she. She is the subject, will, again auxiliary verb, have, auxiliary verb, drawn, V3 form, that's a past participle form of the verb, a picture is the object. She will have drawn a picture. What is that? She will have drawn a picture. Object, what is the object? Picture. So now object is changing to subject, subject is changing to object. Now what is the object? A picture. A picture, will is the auxiliary verb, have is the auxiliary verb, been is added, drawn, that is a draw, drew, drawn, past participle form, V3 form of the verb is used here. What is the common word used here? By. What is the pronoun changes here? She changes to her. A picture will have been drawn by her. So they will have, now they is the plural form of the third person. Now they will have drawn a picture. They is the subject, will is auxiliary verb, have is auxiliary verb, drawn is the past participle form of the verb, V3 form, a picture is the object. Now here when we are changing to passive form, object changes to subject. Okay, now what is the object here? A picture is changing to subject. A picture. Will is the auxiliary verb, have is the auxiliary verb, been is added here, drawn, that is V3 form is used here. Okay, past participle form of the verb. By is the common word is here, and the pronouns are changing. What are the pronouns? They changes to them. A picture will have been drawn by them. So I hope you understood how the active voice sentences changes to passive form of it. Here this is the future perfect tense. Here in again we cannot move to the future perfect continuous because already we used the auxiliary verb been here. The same way here we are using the future perfect tense, and there is no passive form for the future perfect continuous tense. Okay. with this we have finished, we have completed the active voice, passive voice using the tenses from present tense to future tense, present tense, past tense and future tense. I hope you understood all this. You need to practice it to make yourself perfect. Use 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 verbs and go on practicing. Practice makes perfect in English. That too, if you learn, you will not forget forever by practicing it with at least 5 of the verbs. Take 5 of the verbs and change that verbs to active to passive form, so that you'll perfect in active voice and the passive voice. Okay.